What are you watching? These days, a phone will cater to pretty much every taste there is. It'll even give you stuff you never knew you wanted to watch. The right way for a gentleman to eat a donut. Ooh. And it's on platforms like YouTube and TikTok that we like to consume content made by real people, not multi-million-dollar corporations, right? Wrong. Because the platforms that were designed for independent content creators are now being taken over by the old media. And I should know because I'm a TV producer. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what is happening, how we got to this point, and what it means for you. Let's go. When YouTube started, it was for the amateurs. It was full of bad vacation videos and cats falling over.
I'm going to pick a clip called Wet and Woofy that I know is in high def on YouTube, and here it is.
What was exciting about it was that it was amateur. It wasn't commercial, it wasn't about the money, and there were no adverts. But then things changed, because over the years, YouTubers started getting good.
Hey y'all, Scott here. It falls with a constant speed as they go towards the ground.
So the main point here is that there are no straws pointing directly at the egg.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael.
And the better they got, the more people started watching. We could barely look away. In fact, in 2024, YouTube became the single most watched channel in the world. And with all those eyeballs now focused on laptops and phone screens, it meant most people weren't watching these. The television. Once the staple of every living room. Simultaneously the family hearth and the idiot box. But it's on machines like this that millions of people tune in to watch Little Mo hit Trevor with an iron, to find out who shot JR, to see Susan Boyle shatter our expectations, and to watch Whitney Houston belt out the Star-Spangled Banner. All of this content was made by professionals, producers, directors, writers. Some people would put them under the umbrella of the mainstream media, and at its beating heart is the television production company. Now, production companies are a bit of an odd beast. Most of them you'd have never heard of before. Wall to Wall, Raw Cut, Zinc Media, Newtopia. These are the companies that physically make shows for channels. They're offices, where producers sit at computers, make phone calls, write scripts, and arrange shoots. If the mainstream media is a real thing, it lives in offices
Like this, and this, and this.
and the business model can be pretty lucrative. A channel pays a production company to make a show. You watch a show and a commercial for KFC. You buy a bucket of KFC. KFC pays the channel for more advertising space, and the channel pays the production company to make another show. And that's not the only way a TV production company makes money. If they can come up with a killer format, they can sell it across the world. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sold in 100 countries. The Traitors.
Честным и mentais.
Trailer. Got Talent, Survivor, Deal or No Deal, Big Brother, MasterChef. All these formats are sold across the world and make big bucks. And so for decades, TV has just been getting better and better and better, and production companies have been making money hand over fist. And then people stopped watching. In the UK, less than half of 16 to 24-year-olds are watching traditional TV at all. And that's being noticed, because now brands are paying less money to advertise on TV. Therefore, channels are paid less money for shows. So production companies have to make shows for less money. And that might have been fine, but we all know the cost of living crisis came with the war in Ukraine. When energy prices rise, everything gets more expensive. It's not just a cost of living crisis, it's a cost of everything crisis. So when Russia invaded, prices crept up, 2% here, 5% there. And production companies, big or small, have overheads. Offices, utilities, tea, coffee, rental cars, crew, talent, catering, flights, you name it. Before you know it, 40 minutes of content costs $100,000 to make. So on the one hand, you've got TV channels paying less for shows, and on the other, the money they do pay doesn't go as far as it used to. And it doesn't work anymore. So television producers have started turning away from television, and turning their heads towards YouTube and social media, and they're getting pretty good at it. Have you noticed recently the explosion of old television shows on YouTube? The production values are really high. They've got one scene in Paris and another in Borneo, but it's filmed on slightly out-of-date cameras. Well, these used to be uploaded by bootleggers, but now they're being uploaded by the companies who actually made them. These old shows often do rather well on YouTube, and it's good business. They're only collecting dust anyway, better to throw them online and get a few 100,000 clicks. But that's not the only way TV producers are making money on YouTube. Two of the UK's major TV channels are ITV and Channel 4, and both have started putting recent TV content up on YouTube, sometimes compilations, sometimes full episodes, and they get a lot of eyeballs. Now, you might be wondering if ordinary mortal content creators can compete with that. Well, why not? There's loads of content creators out there who can make stuff way better than TV producers. But let's not kid ourselves into believing that it's a level playing field. You see, most regular content creators get to keep 55% of the ad revenue on their videos, which is actually a pretty sweet percentage compared to broadcast television. But Channel 4 and ITV have a special arrangement. They get to keep 5 times the ad revenue. Why? Because they can make deals. Now, how are regular content creators meant to compete with that? And now, TV producers aren't just repackaging their old stuff, they're making new stuff for YouTube. There's a channel called History Hit. You may have seen it if history is your thing. Well, it's gone gangbusters, and it's made explicitly by TV producers. Nickelodeon has launched a kids show directly to their YouTube channel, and ITV is experimenting with original content for YouTube. So what does that mean for you, the consumer? For a start, it means that YouTube is about to get a lot flashier, a lot more polished, and a lot more ambitious, which is great, but it does come with a catch. Now, you know what a commercial is, and you know what a show is, but what is it when you put the two together? You get a thing that production companies call branded content. Branded content is paid for directly by a company who's got something to sell, and the best branded content, you may not even know it's branded. I came across a cooking show on YouTube that looked beautiful. It has a studio, full crew, it was hosted by recognisable faces, and it had guests like Stanley Tucci and Tom Holland. This was branded content for the supermarket Waitrose. Waitrose. So a question you'll have to ask yourself is, what do you go to YouTube for? One of my favourite channels is Maven Huffman. He's a former professional wrestler who tells stories from his career. It's just him, his pal, and a camera. There's no big production company, they don't have any graphics or any bells and whistles, and I wouldn't change a thing. I also love Zeltic, who does amazing breakdowns of the Legend of Zelda series. He doesn't have a production company, and I love that. But in some areas, even that is changing. If you're watching this video, you've probably also watched the Veritaserum channel. It's one of YouTube's biggest success stories. It began with Derek Muller by himself in his bedroom. Now he has not only a production crew, but the whole thing is now run by a former BBC executive producer. So the mainstream media has actually been in your feed for a while now. And as I said at the top, I'm a TV producer. Now, do I want this channel to blow up? Absolutely. But trust me, I don't have a special deal somewhere or a golden handshake from the YouTube team. But if there's something to take away from this, dear YouTube viewer, it's don't get comfortable. And also, maybe think again before you tell people that you don't watch TV anymore.